All right, finally, people are starting to realize that Deontay Wilder is going to get a 50-50 split with Anthony Joshua, at least. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. All right, gotta tell you, man, finally, I think people are starting to come around to their senses. Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, when this fight happens, if the financials are ever let out of the bag, it's going to be at the very least a 50-50 fight as far as a percentage split for Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. Because that's what's going to need to happen for this fight to even happen. Today, though, on a show that was aired by Sky Sports, Spencer Fearon was talking to Johnny Nelson. For people who are not familiar who Johnny Nelson is a boxer out of the UK that works with Sky Sports, interviews fighters for Sky Sports. I believe he's a former cruiserweight, solid boxer out of the UK. He asked Spencer Fearon. Spencer Fearon is a UK promoter who works with MTK Global, does a lot of different philanthropic efforts, and is a very well respected guy out there in the UK. And in this interview, Spencer Fearon said that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder in order to make this fight, the fight's going to should be 50-50 percentage split of all the revenue in the fight. Now, myself, I've known that this is going to be the case for a while now, but it does strike me very funny, the comments in the comment section, because they're not very different from the ones that I get on my channel. And what I noticed is that people who are fans of Anthony Joshua live in an alternative universe where they believe that Anthony Joshua is now and will ever be the A-side in any scenario, in any fight that he ever has, and there is no way that another fighter deserves to be paid the same amount of money in a fight against Anthony Joshua. This ain't 2017, people. Wake up, wake up, wake up. This is May, almost June of 2019. The Vladimir Klitschko-Anthony Joshua fights were 2 years ago, and Anthony Joshua is fighting in the United States now. He's here in the United States in a fight against an American heavyweight champion whose name recognition is exploding in his own market. Not based on Anthony Joshua and what Anthony Joshua is doing, but based on what he's doing. If people seriously want to get this fight made, it is time for people on that side of the pond to do what Anthony Joshua has said: get financially realistic. First step to becoming financially realistic about this fight is accept that it's not going to happen in the UK. All right? It's not going to be one fight in the United States, one fight in the UK, or one fight in the UK, one fight in the United States. When this fight gets to be the reasonable expectation of this fight is that it's a $100 million fight in the United States, you will not see that fight in the UK. And here is why you're not going to see it in the UK. Because the most that you can make on a fight in the UK between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder will be around $60 million US. And it will top out at that because UK pay-per-views are $25 US a pop. They're not going to charge any more for that. $25 a pop, or 19 pounds and 99 pence. The pay-per-views in the United States can be $100 a pop. That is 4 pay-per-views for every 1 pay-per-view that you get in the UK, okay? You would have to do that same amount. You would, of a million pay-per-view fight, if it's in the UK, you would have to do, a million pay-per-view fight in the United States, you would have to do 4 million pay-per-view sales in the UK. And guess what, people? That ain't happening. It's not happening. You're never going to get that in the UK. And the gates, we keep hearing about these 80,000 people arena. The people are not what you count, okay? You don't count the people, you count the money. You guys are counting the wrong thing. You keep counting the people. When they're going over the numbers, they're talking about the numbers. They're counting the money, okay? In Vegas, 17,000 people is a lot less than 90,000 people at Wembley. You are 100% correct about that when you say that. But I am correct when I say that a $70 million gate is $60 million more than a $10 million gate. Okay? They're counting the money. They're not counting the people. Okay? So whenever you guys bring up this conversation about Deontay Wilder's not selling out 80,000 seat arenas, or Deontay Wilder's not selling out 80,000 seat arenas, you're right. But the gate for Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder in Vegas, in Las Vegas, at where they're going to sell tickets for thousands and thousands of dollars, where the casinos are going to put money in it to get the international gamblers there to spend their money, it's going to be considerably bigger. So the first step, again, in getting financially realistic about this fight is understanding that the fight's not going to, if the fight is as big as people say it's going to be, think it's as big as it's going to be, the second they think they can get it's $100 million in the United States, you're never going to see a rematch in the UK. Because people are not, because Eddie Hearn does not run a charity. Shelley Finkel does not run a charity. Al Heyman is not running a 501c3. They're not in there. And Anthony Joshua is not, as much as he says he wants to fight in front of his UK fans and they deserve it, he's not a 501c3. He's not a charitable organization. He's not the Red Cross. He's not going to be donating $40 million so that you guys can see the fight, especially when you have a history of watching pay-per-views late in the evening. He's going to say, hey man, watch my pay-per-view at 4 a.m, okay? But the fight's going to be in the United States. So since this fight is more than likely going to happen in the United States, the rematch is more than likely going to happen in the United States, you're fighting on Deontay Wilder's home turf. And the people that are going to be paying the $100 for the pay-per-view are more than likely, in large numbers, going to be people that want to see him fight. Him. Now, they may want to see him fight Anthony Joshua as well, because you know how it works in boxing. You know how it works. There's two people in the ring. So if it's in the United States, I would have no issue with Anthony Joshua saying, let's do a 50-50 split in the United States. Because you need Anthony Joshua in the fight just like you need Deontay Wilder in the fight. And it's in the United States, so it's going to cost me a ton of money. I'm not paying for anything if it's over there in the UK. In the UK, hey man, do what you want. It's for free, but let's go through this a second. Because again, it's not about the people, it's about the money. It's not about the number of people, it's about the number of dollar bills. It's about the number of quids, okay? And when you look at this percentage split, Anthony Joshua will make more money doing 50-50 in the United States than he would do getting 70-30 in the UK. Okay? Because $50 million, that fight's going to gross about $50 million just say the fight grosses $50 million in the UK, right? 70% of $50 million, I do believe, is $35 million. So he would make $35 million in the UK, right? Deontay Wilder would make 15. That is a 70-30 split, right? And people are saying that 70-30 split would be good because it's a UK, because he's a UK fighter, he's a star in the UK. But 50-50 in the United States, that's $50 million. So is it 50 for Anthony, 50 for Deontay, or is it going to be 35 for Anthony Joshua and 15 for Deontay Wilder? No, that's not a hard equation to do, okay? So anyway, hopefully more people will start accepting, or it doesn't even matter. You can think what you think. I'm just going to tell you what it is, what a TI is. And with that, let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'm out. Peace.